fiction.
Hello YouTube. Right, so I'm on my way to Eastbourne, going Blu-ray DVD hunting. So hopefully I'm going to go HMV, CX, I'm going to meet a friend, I'm going to hit a few stores, and then from there we're going to go to Hastings. But I'm going to go to my first B&M store in between Eastbourne and Hastings, and then in Hastings going to go to CX, this other shop, which should be interesting, and obviously taking the sights as well. So I will see you when I'm in Eastbourne, so you have a nice time, and I'm going to have a coffee on the train, and I'll see you down there. Well, I'm in Eastbourne, I've just arrived, so I'm going to go to the comic shop, and weather's wonderful, the fresh air just knocked me out, getting away from all the pollution in London, so I'll see you shortly. Well, hello. Right, so I arrived in Eastbourne. I planned this trip for a while. I was going to hit every sci-fi comic shop, CX and HMV down the south coast, so I went from London to Eastbourne to Hastings and back, and a few places in between. So I arrived at Eastbourne, as you saw when I had my introduction, and I went into the Enterprise Centre, which is next to the station. And I went in, I thought the comic shop would be upstairs, so here I am heading upstairs, and to my shocker, total utter shocker, the bloody comic shop has gone. So I was stuck in the Enterprise Centre, wandering around thinking, has it moved? Now, I don't want to get boring, and talk about the details of the Enterprise Centre. Now, it is an interesting place, and it is the type of place you would find something science fiction, And there was a little comic shop in there. And I sort of got to know the guy because I go to Eastbourne quite a lot. And no, he's gone. I was absolutely stunned. So I decided to head out from the Enterprise Centre. I wandered round, nothing. I thought he might have moved. He's gone. So scratch one comic shop on this road trip. So here I am, stood in Eastbourne town centre. Not a lot of people about. Weather's nice so far. So I thought I'll head into a charity shop. There's two charity shops before the CEX. So I went in, standard stuff you'd find in a charity shop. Normally you find the FIFA games as well, the FIFA ones. So I looked around in there, and no, there were nothing. You're hoping to find that film, aren't you? That something that's like unique, something that you're not going to pick up. You'd have to go online for it, and there were nothing. Now, normally the charity shops, like stuff like that, I picked up some real whoppers in Eastbourne's charity shops, like very rare film, like Arrow movies and stuff, or very collectible movies. And I've actually sold a few online and made a profit. So I was in there. I'm guerrilla filming now because you're not allowed to film in the charity shop. So I'm in there looking around. But I did find a surprise in one charity shop. Look at that. 30 quid and 25 quid. Thing is, I've got them all. And maybe if I hadn't have had them, I would have bought them, definitely. But I've got Enterprise on Blu-ray. So I went into CX a couple of doors down. Now, I think this is one of the best CEXs I've ever come across. This place is amazing. I really did. Now, every time I've gone in here, I've always scored. And I did pick something up in here, which I'll show at the end. I picked up 2 items in here, actually. Now, on this road trip I was doing down to all these CX and HMV, I thought I was hoping to come back with some stuff. Now, I did pick up 2 things in here, and that was really it for the whole trip. So I'm stood outside, my friend's with me, she's with me, and I'm looking around, standard stuff in window, Fantastic Beasts, which is pretty cool, and I went in the shop. Now there's a massive upstairs DVD department, and I actually know one of the staff in here, so, because I don't know if you sort of recognise it, because I used to go to Eastbourne quite a lot. So I went in here, and I'm filming. Now, I'm looking at the DVDs, 4K and Blu-rays, and there wasn't really much in there. I mean, I am guerrilla filming as well, because last time we were in here, they said, can you not film? And sometimes you got to ask permission, but I was being a bit sneaky with them. But my friend, who works behind the counter, saw me and didn't say anything, so like, but there were nothing. Again, there were nothing. Now, I am tempted with the Batman animated series, the Carrie Arrow movie could have been existed, but I have it on the hard drive. So you got all the movies, the Marvel, the standard films, a bit of manga, but it's all like the Expendables, Equalizer, Dumbledore. You know, I don't know what it was. I was in there 10 minutes downstairs, looking around, and I just didn't sort of find anything. So I decided to go upstairs, and upstairs I love this place because they've got an entire floor full of DVDs, box sets. It's just so much up here, it's mind-blowing. And I was up here good, I'd say I was there over like 10 minutes, wandering around. I didn't even know where to start. I mean, they've got a lot of games up here as well. And looking around, as you can see, it's just a full floor of it.
Well, I'm in CX in Eastbourne. They've got this amazing upstairs section. It's just full of films and games. So I'll give you a quick look and then I'm going to have a coffee. Just honestly, do check out this one. It's in Eastbourne. It's amazing.
So I'm upstairs looking around, and I'm filming, and some people up there, and I saw another guy with a camera who had a YouTube channel. I'm not making it up. So he's doing the same thing as me, and he came from Polegate, and he's got a YouTube. I forgot his name now. I'll have to go over the film. I did speak to him for about 15 minutes about YouTube stuff, and he was telling me about his channel. I have subscribed to his channel, and he's subscribed to mine, so I'm going to have to just want to give you a shout out. I'm sorry I forgot your channel's name. Now, I did make this nearly 2 weeks ago, so you know, and I've only just got round, well, over a week ago, sorry, to getting round to loading this. So, you know, so we had a good chat, and it was funny seeing another guy. He was doing the same thing as me, and it was interesting. And he said, do you want to collaborate on some stuff? Like, I said, yeah. So I think I might be meeting the dude in Brighton in a couple of weeks, and we're going to go Blu-ray and DVD Ray hunting, so it should be interesting. So you got standard stuff, the Harry Potter, Hellraiser box set. You know, everywhere I go, I always see that bloody box set. You know, I'm not a fan of Hellraiser films, I admit it. I'll probably get shot down for saying this. You will notice I've swapped over microphones. I've got a very decent microphone, but it needs sorting out. So I've gone back to the Blue Yeti microphone, which I think sounds a lot better. So I think the other microphone's going to be getting put away till I get a new mixer. I think I'm going to have to sort this out. So I'm wandering round the shop. As you can see, it's a DVD paradise. It really is. And I moved round to the, how do you say it, the box sets. At the moment I'm going through the games. I downloaded most of my games now. It just saves on space. I did have an Xbox original. I did get rid of it because I just wasn't playing the games on it at all. So I'm moving round to the TV and documentary section. And here we go. I've arrived finally. Now let's find something from the 1960s, like a box set or something like that. I mean, you got Stargate, Taxi, other stuff. Is that True Blood? Vampire Diaries, and all this. I did buy Yes Prime Minister. I got that a few weeks ago. I did buy my friend a copy actually because it was quite cheap. I know he's a fan of it. So it's Stargate, all the series. But I've got all of it on hard drive. I'm a big fan of Rome. I've got that. I did think about getting Shogun actually because I've not seen it in years. But it's funny. You remember the old bestsellers, the miniseries back in the 80s. We've got Supergirl. Just this place. There were more Supergirl in here than what you could count. Magic Mushrooms, Superman. I'm going to start on that today. I've got the Sweeney. I'm moving down, further down, and Invasion, yeah. I Dream of Jeannie. I'd like to get that on Blu-ray, to be honest. I don't know. It's just, a lot of stuff now is coming out on Blu-ray, like which you had on DVD. Lost, I'm a big fan of. I've got it all. I don't know if I could sit through Lost again. So I'm looking around. Lost in Space box set. I did have this. It drove me up the bloody wall after a couple of seasons. Got rid of it. But I did. I'm in and out with Lost in Space. I really are. I know there's a big fan base for it, and I'm not knocking it. But it's really not my thing anymore. I like the first season. I don't know, Smith with Dark. It was funny, and I do laugh, but I can only tolerate a few episodes at a time. So I'm looking around here, and Doctor Who, all coming out on the Blu-ray box sets. It seems irrelevant. I mean, if you're into collecting the DVD Doctor Who's, you're sort of gonna, go there with it. But I've got them all, and it's like there's getting less to buy now because you build out copies up, don't you? And looking through, I don't know, I'd like to have found something like a 1960s box set of Randall Knopker, but you could get that on Blu-ray. Now, I did see The Baron, actually, and I was sort of tempted with The Baron, but I thought to myself, no, A-Team got all that, Secrets of Dumbledore, I just watched that this week, actually. It was alright, it was bored shitless, to be honest. We got Bear Grylls. I don't think I'll be bothering with that. I don't know where things are going. I might have to go. He might be. We could all be living like him. 3-hour power cuts. I'm not getting political. I'm not going to moan about it. I know what we're all going through. The 100 now was tempted with that, but I have got most of them. So I'm leaving Eastbourne now, and I'm on my way to Bex Hill. Now, I went to Bex. I heard there was a comic shop, and that had gone as well. So I thought, so I'm on the bus, and with fantastic views of the ocean and all this. Thought I'd put a little bit of the journey in there just to bring you along on this sort of road trip. So we're travelling down in front of Eastbourne. Honest, the day was splendid until we got to Bexhill. So we're manoeuvring across. We're sat at the front of the bus, actually. I was quite happy about this, me and my friend. And that's it. Bye-bye Eastbourne. So it was interesting. I got a ticket down to Eastbourne and my return ticket was from Hastings. What a job trying to explain that at Victoria train station. So we're on our way now from Eastbourne and I will see you in Hastings. Well, hello guys, I'm in Hastings. Fucking hell, it's the weather. Can you hear it? It's like, I didn't bring a jacket. So we've been at Bex, done Eastbourne, and we're now in Hastings, and we're going to have a coffee. And we're going to in this bloody insane weather, and then we'll go to HMV, the comic shop, and CEX, and we'll see what there is. The what?
What are you doing tomorrow in the comedy?
What am I doing tomorrow? I'll tell you what for it. Now, it was terrible in Hastings. Weather were bad. Weather just changed, and it came a nightmare. So we got to Hastings. Bexhill were worse than this, and there we go. So we got to HMV in Hastings after a coffee. And I was, how do you say it, very happy with this. Now, now I found out the HMV in Eastbourne has gone. So I only managed to get this HMV. We don't have one in London. No, we don't. There ain't a single bloody HMV in London. So I like this HMV. I bought stuff from here before. And we're looking at the 4Ks, seeing what they've got, and I don't know, I like HMV's variety of stuff now. You know, I like the direction as the store where they're going. I just wish we had like a main one in London. I really would like a big one here. Because people are still going in there. I mean, they sell quite a lot of graphic novels and comics and action figures. They're sort of like a very nice mixture of collectibles and movies and vinyl and games, you know. Now, I did look at some of these figures. I thought, I used to buy Marvel Legend figures. I had hundreds of them, but I sold them all and got rid. Because it came rather annoying, you know, they're always falling over when I was displaying them. But I did buy the Suicide Squad DC figures because you got a King Shark with it, what you put together. I've reviewed them actually. I was tempted by these classic covers here, but I'm thinking, where do you put them, you know? And then I looked at the Batmans and yeah. But I don't know. I'm more like, my collecting style's changed so much over the years. I used to be such a completist. I was obsessed in completing a collection, you know. The Mortal Kombat figures were sort of interesting, but I'd never really got into the game. I did like these. I did, you know, like the little busts and that, but they were nearly 40 quid, and I thought, well, not really. Once you start with them, you're going to start collecting the rest of them, aren't you? And I thought, no, I can't be bothered. The Batman movie never got in. I was tempted to get that Murdoch. I don't know why I was drawn to that Murdoch, and I still am now, to be honest. But then I just don't want to start opening the door to all this. You know, you think, oh, get a set of figures, and that's it. I've built a set, and then you think, then they release like the other thing. So you buy more. Now the Sentinel was interesting. I sort of thought, should you know, getting a Sentinel, but I'd rather have the 24-inch one. You know, the big one. You know, where you can stand it in the corner. I mean, you've got to. I mean, you know, where I live's it's fairly reasonable in size, but it's, you know, you get to a point. I mean, in my collecting got out of control at one point. And the stuff, it was just growing all over the house, and I don't have a big collection now. I've got 1-to-1 scale replicas. That's what I've got. That's what I'm into. I do buy the odd graphic novel, but I admit I do watch Comics Explained, so I can catch up on the stories that way. Now, I did buy the Eternals, the Jack Kirby Eternals from the 70s. I bought that because I remember I had the comics. So I've not started reading that yet. I keep meaning to sit down and read it, but I've not got round to doing it. I did think about She-Hulk, but then I realised I've got that in my collection. Bond movies, I'm sorry, not a fan of Daniel Craig at all. I just think he killed Bond for me. I've got the Monsters collection, but then again, when I'm looking around for an elite box set or something like that, it's like I picked up Pulp Fiction, the box set, and you got money in it and like a badge and a restaurant menu. Like like this elite edition, you got bits in it. It's like I got Sin City, you've got a driving plate. There's all these bits in there that make the set really nice. And I'm getting these from Zavvi and Amazon now. So like when I'm coming into these places, now I am trying to stay loyal to buying physical media because I don't want to see places like HMV and all this go. I go to FOP once a week. That's the equivalent to our HMV in London. HMV actually own FOP, but FOP's a cool shop and there's a lot in there. But like I said, when you want these like very collectible sets, you go on eBay and Amazon for them because these stores don't sell them. Now, I have built up my Universal Steelbook collection. The final 3 are here today. The 7 Steelbooks, what is it? Frankenstein, Wolfman, Dracula, and Creature from Black Lagoon, Wife of Frankenstein, and The Invisible Man. I have now got the full set of all 7 Steelbooks, and I am ecstatic about it. I've actually put them on the wall, and the artwork is by Alex Ross, so I'm really happy about that. They came this week. I think the final 3 I've got are here today. Defcon 4, do recommend it. I love that film. I rented that more times on VHS than anything else you can imagine. I just love them sort of like, you remember them really nasty VHS movies used to rent out from the video library. Now I've got the Arrow House collection. I've actually got that. I'm a big fan of House. I really am. So I'm in HMV and I'm looking around and I mean it's alright. Like I said, I do like this HMV. I do prefer the one in Leeds actually. They've still got a good one in Leeds and it's quite big. I like HMV, when it's big and stuff like that, which sort of I like. You remember the big stores back in the day? It was a big thing to go in there and buy stuff, wasn't it? It's not the same. I mean, I love this. I love the world we live in. Now, I've headed I'm still in HMV. This is the price bucket of all the cheap films. And nothing but that cheap, actually. There was stuff in here at $14.99, so I was a bit... a bit disappointed. I thought, it'd be something. I mean, you might as well just go to CEX and buy something. Honestly, you should do. So I thought, look, I mean, Westworld, alright, it's still, but it's still 20 quid. And this were in the bargain bucket. I wasn't happy about that. And you pick that up in CEX for about 8 quid. You know what I mean? So anyway, I went over to Cult Films and Collector's Edition. And it's some of it's alright, but it's still not finding that thing, that rare thing, and which you can only sort of find online. I mean, there was some stuff, but like Airplane, Don't Be Afraid of the Dark, Escape to Victory, Flashdance. I've got all this. I've seen it all. It's not the same as finding, we're looking for them. You get advertised these HMV exclusive box sets and all this, and They were just not, they were not there, and I was quite disappointed. I do like the Phantom, cheesy but good. Satanic Rats, Dracula, favourite Christopher Lee film, but I've got that on a hard drive. There's old Jack Nicholson going, like, you know, from The Shining. So, like, anyway, I left there. So I went into the shopping centre around the corner, and I went past Game. There was nothing in Game. I don't know why I bother with Game, I really don't. So I went to CEX in the shopping centre before on my journey back, and there were nothing in here. I mean, to be honest, I was in here about 10 minutes. I had to be careful filming as well. I mean, I went through what they had, and it was like the same in the last one. Have you noticed recently with CEX, you're not picking much up, are you? Because I've been to ones there. There's a couple of good ones down Rathbone Street, Good Street, down there, Tottenham Court Road in London. And normally you find stuff in these places. You know, I have a route of CEXs across London, and when I'm in them areas, I sort of go and investigate. And normally, if you go in every now and again, you pick something up. You know, and I picked up a Predator head in one of these, you know, the Predator DVDs. I got an alien, not an alien. I picked up an alien egg. I got the iRobot head. You're just not finding this stuff anymore. You're just not finding stuff like that, and it is quite, how do you say, disappointing, really. It's like, I think people are keeping hold of that type of stuff now, which you can't blame them. So I hope you enjoyed this, like, sort of road trip I did. I went to several CEX and HMV, and unfortunately there were no comic shops, they've all shut down. So that's really the end of this. So of the road trip, I did pick up a Terminator 2 Blu-ray 4K box set with vinyl album, which is still sealed. That was all I got on Quatermass John Mills. Out of all that is what I ended up picking up, and I was quite disappointed after all them shops and all that journey. But I did enjoy the road trip. It was good. I bumped into another YouTuber, and I have to say I had a bloody good time. But I didn't get home till 11 o'clock, and I was worn out all the next day. So please give this video a like. Please subscribe. Let me know your thoughts. I apologise for the first couple of minutes. I had to change microphones because the new one needs sorting out. And give this channel a like, and I will see you on the next video.